Hi everybody, this is Crystal. So today I'm going to show you how to make the cable poncho that you just saw in the picture. It's so big I can't lay it out on my counter space. It just takes up the whole area. So for this project I used Lion brand Scarfy yarn, which is an acrylic wool blend, and it is a bulky number 5. Now you do not have to use this brand, but I highly recommend using a bulky number 5, and there are 312 yards per skein, and I used almost 5 skeins. I really wanted to put a hood on this. I had it all envisioned in my head to put the hood on. I ran out of yarn, but you'll need 5 skeins, and you know, if you want to leave the fringe off, you probably wouldn't need that much, but if you want to make it like mine, 5 skeins of the Scarfy. Now I did not use this color. The color I used was called Cream Taupe, but of course you can use any color that you like. And I also used a size K, which is a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. So let's go ahead and get started on it. Okay, you want to start off with a long chain of 86. And now what we're going to do, we're going to follow it all the way down without twisting it. And we're going to slip stitch into our very first stitch to form one large ring. So slip stitch into our very first one there. And now what we're going to do is chain 3, and that chain 3 is going to count as our first double crochet. And now we're going to work 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around the entire ring. Until we get back to the beginning. Just like that. So when you work 1 double crochet in every stitch all the way around and you get back to the beginning, you should have 86 stitches counting this chain 3. Okay, once you make it all the way around and you have your 86 stitches, we're going to go ahead and end round 1 by slip stitching into our first double crochet, or that beginning chain 3 there. Like that. Now we're going to start forming the points of the poncho. This poncho is going to have 2 points. It's going to be a 2-point poncho, one in the front and one in the back. So we're going to start off with a chain of 3, and that counts as a double crochet. And then we're going to go back into the same stitch and we're going to work 1 more double crochet, a chain of 2, and back in the same stitch again and work 2 more double crochets. So that is what our points are going to consist of every single time. 2 double crochets, because that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Now we're going to work 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, and make sure you get this one. Pull this back because sometimes it gets hidden. You got to make sure you got to go into that one. So put 1 double crochet into that one, and then 1 double crochet into the next one. And now we're going to start forming our first cable. And the cables are made with front post triple crochets. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip 3 stitches. Skip, skip, skip. And we're going to work a front post triple into the next 3. So skip 3, yarn over twice like you're going to do a triple crochet. Instead of going into the top of the stitch, we work around the post of the stitch like that. Kind of grab it, and then we just do a regular triple crochet. So that's a front post triple. It's the same as a regular triple crochet, except for we're working around the post and then we're not working into the top of the stitch. And we want to do that 3 times. So that was 1. Now we're going to yarn over again, yarn over twice, go around the post of the next stitch like that, and do your triple crochet, and then 1 more time, yarn over twice, go around the post of the next stitch, and triple crochet like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and front post triple crochet around the 3 stitches that we skipped, starting with the first one. So it'll be this one, and then this one. So we're going to yarn over twice, like for a triple crochet, and we're going to go all the way around to the first one that we skipped, around the post of it, like that, and go ahead and do our triple crochet. Now these cables aren't hard. The biggest thing is just making sure you kind of got to move them around and make sure you find the right stitches. So here's my next one I need to do. Yarn over twice like I'm going to do the triple crochet, go around the post of the next one, do my triple, and then one more time, kind of move your post around to find it. You can see it right there. Yarn over twice, go around the post of it, and do your triple crochet, just like that. So that's the start of the first cable. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet into the top of the next 2 stitches. So into the top, we're not going to do the front, we're not going to go around the post of it. So in the top, 1 double crochet in the top of the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the top of the next one. And that's going to be our repeat now. Now we're going to do our cable again. So we're going to skip the first or the next 3 stitches, skip, 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 and front post triple around the next 3. So we're going to yarn over twice, go around the post of the first one here, triple crochet, and the next one, triple crochet, and the next one, triple crochet, and now we're going to go back and front post triple crochet around these 3 posts that we skipped, starting with the first one way over here, look around, get your next one, and then the last one, like that. And that's the start of your second cable. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, into the top of the next 2 stitches, like that, and then we're going to do another cable. So we're going to skip 3, skip, 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 front post triple around the next 3, like that. Now we're going to go back to the 3 that we skipped and front post triple around those 3, starting with the first one. And that is our third cable now. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. Make sure you're not going into the one here that we have the triple crochet around the post. Make sure you're going into the next one there. Regular double crochets in the next 2, and then we'll start a cable again. So you want to do that until you have a total of 5 cables made. So we're on 3 and we're getting ready to work our 4th one. Okay, I just did my 5th cable there. You can see here's our first point, and then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 double crochets after this cable. And now what I'm going to do is a point into the next stitch. So I'm going to put all this into this next stitch, 2 double crochets, chain of 2, and 2 more double crochets all into that same stitch. And that is our second point. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to repeat what we started when we started here on the other side. So we're going to start off by doing 2 double crochets into the first 2 stitches. So 1 in the first one, or 1 double crochet in each of the first 2. So 1 here and then 1 in the next. And then we're going to do our cable. So we'll skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and front post triple crochet into the next 3. Go back and front post triple in the 3 that you skipped. That's our first cable on this side, and then 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, 1 and 1, and then we start our cable again. So I'm just going to repeat what we did over here on this side until we get to the end, and you should have 5 cables on this side when you get to the end and 5 cables on this side. Okay, I just did my 5th cable on this side, and I have 2 stitches left, and I want to go ahead and put 1 double crochet in each of those. And now I'm going to end round 2 by slip stitching into the beginning chain 3 like that. Now you should have the start of 10 cables now, 5 on each side of your points. So now we're going to start round 3 by slip stitching 2 times until you get to the center of this first point. So there's 1 and 2, and then we're going to make another point. So we're going to chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, go back into the chain space and do another double, chain of 2, and 2 more doubles. So that's always our points: 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Okay, now I'm going to work 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches, these 4 stitches right here, until I get to my first cable. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work a front post triple crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, and we're going to start with these 3 right kind of that are set in the back, 1, 2, 3, and then you work in these 3, 4, 5, 6 front post triple crochets around them, starting with this first one. And this is how you do the other part of the cable. Go to the next one, front post triple, and next one, you kind of got to look for it. It's the one that's set in the back. And then these front 3 cables here, front post triple around each of those. Like that. And then 1 double crochet in each of these next 2 double crochets. And now it's just kind of a repeat of that, and that is what the cable starts to look like. And the more rounds that you do, it'll start to look a lot better. But basically the cable is just those 2 rows that we just did. So it's pretty easy. So now we're going to go to this next one, and we're going to front post triple around these back 3 cables first, and then these front 3 cables. So we're going to yarn over and go to the first one and front post triple crochet around it. I kind of usually stick my finger in between them, that way I can get them separated. Now you can see my other 2 that I still need to go around. Or that's what works best for me anyways. And then put my finger there, and I'll be able to see that 3rd one in the back. It's the one that kind of gets lost sometimes. And then you front post triple around these 3 up in front here. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of these 2 double crochets right here. And we're just going to kind of repeat this until we get to our first point. So again, front post triple and kind of into these, put your finger in between these 3 here. You need to go through these 3 first, front post triple crochet around those first. You just gotta kind of move them around and make sure you're getting the right one. That's all that the hardest part about cables is they kind of get intertwined with each other, but as long as you move them around, you'll be able to find them pretty easy. Nope, I'm so sorry. I hit the camera. And there's the 3rd one there. So that's what it's starting to look like. I got 3 of the cables done now, and then I just put 1 double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. Now I'm going to repeat this until I get over here to my 5th cable. So I got 2 more cables to do, and I'll meet you right over here. Okay, I just did my 5th cable on this side, and I'm right coming up to my point. So what I'm going to do is put 1 double crochet into these next 4 double crochets. So 1 in each of them. And then I'm at my point. So in this chain space, I'm going to put 2 double crochet, a chain of 2, and 2 double crochet. And now we're going to start again what we did on this side over on this side. So we're going to work 1 double crochet in these first 4 double crochets. And then we'll start our cables again by working front post triple in these back 3 and then in the front 3. And then in the front 3. Like that, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So we're going to repeat this all the way until we get done with our 5 cables, and I'll meet you back right over here. Okay, I just did my 5th cable on this side, and now I'm going to put 1 double crochet in these 4 double crochets right here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to end with a slip stitch into the beginning chain 3, and that'll end around 3. And you'll still have your 5 cables on each side. It's just starting to get bigger at each of the points. So round 4, we're going to slip stitch again 2 times until we get to that first chain space of that first point. And we're going to start by chaining 3, which counts as our double crochet. Work another double in there, chain 2, and another double, or 2 more doubles, I'm sorry. So that was 2 double, chain 3, which counts as a double. So 2 double, chain 2, 2 double. Now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of these 6 stitches. So what we're doing right here is we're working until we get 10 double crochets right here from the point on, and then we'll be able to start another cable. So we'll just keep working until we reach that point. So 1 double in these first 6 here. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go back to skipping these first 3 and front post triple crocheting into the next 3. So these 3 right here. So we skipped these 3 and we're going to front post triple into the next 3. So what we did on round 2, we're going to do on round 4. And now we'll go back and front post triple crochet in these 3 that we skipped. Like that, and 1 double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. So what we're doing is we're just repeating round 2. The only difference is there's more double crochets in the beginning, but other than that it's going to be the exact same. So we'll go ahead and skip our first 3 stitches and front post triple crochet around the next 3. And then we'll go back to the 3 we skipped and front post triple crochet around those. I got a big knot here. So find the 3 you skipped and front post triple crochet around those. And then it's 1 double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. Now we're going to repeat this until we get up to our next point. So I will meet you right over here. Okay, so I made it. I just did my 5th cable on that side. So what I'm going to do is put 1 double crochet in each of these, the next six double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to put 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet into the next point space, so the next chain space. So 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 more doubles, and now I'm going to start again by putting 1 double crochet in each of these next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to start my cable again by skipping the first 3 and front post triple into the next. Go back into the 3 that I skipped. Front post triple into those. And 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets. So I'm going to repeat this until I get down here to the end. Okay, I've made it over here, and now I'm just going to put 1 double crochet in each of these last 6 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to end row 4 by slip stitching into my beginning chain 3, and you still should have 10 cables. We just have more stitches here at the point. So I'm going to start row 5 by slip stitching 2 times to the first chain space. Now row 5 is a repeat of row 3. Only difference is more stitches here. So we chain 3, go back in and double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet. Now it's 1 double crochet in these next 8 stitches. So we go ahead and work down. And now what we do is what we did in row 3. We front post triple around these first 3 in the back and then around the first 3 in the front. So front post triple around the first 3 into the back. Kind of got to look for them and make sure you get the right ones and get them in the right order. Otherwise your cables get all tangled. And that's no good. And then these first 3 in the front here, we go around them. Oops. Like that, and then it's 1 double crochet into the next 2 double crochets, and it's just a repeat, just like that. And that's what the cables are starting to look like. The cable is just a repeat of those 2 rows that we've been doing. So I'm just going to repeat now for row 5 what we did on row 3. Front post triple crochet in these back 3, and then front post triple crochet in the front 3. And I'm going to do that all the way until I get to my point here. Okay, I've made it to my next point here. So it's 1 double crochet in these next 8 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And now it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the point. And then we repeat what we did on this side, So 1 double crochet in these first 8, and then we front post triple around the back 3, and then around the front 3, and then 2 double crochet in the next 2. So we're just repeating still row 3, or repeating round, this is round 5 we're working on, and we're just repeating what we did on round 3. Okay, I'm coming to the end of round 5, so now I'm just going to put 1 double crochet in these last 8 double crochets here. And then we're going to end round 5 by slip stitching into the beginning chain 3. Now, what we're going to do from now on, it's just going to be a repeat of rows 2 through 5. So, actually on this round, it's actually round 6, but we're just going to repeat what we did on round 2. We're going to add another cable because we have 10 double crochets here now. So we're going to slip stitch over 2 times till we get to our first double crochet. Chain 3, or till we get to our first chain space. Chain 3, and then double crochet. So you got 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. And then we're going to put 1 double crochet into the first 2 stitches like that, and we're going to start another cable now. The cable is worked over 6 stitches, so we're going to skip the first 3 and front post triple crochet into the next 3. Just like we did on round 2. And now we're going to go back and front post triple crochet into the 3 that we skipped. And then we're going to put a double crochet in these next 2 double crochets. And now we added a new cable. And then we're just going to start all over again. So we just keep going with these cables, right, that we've already had started. We skip the first 3 and front post triple into the next 3. So this is not a hard pattern. As long as you're comfortable doing cables, it's actually pretty easy. Go back to the 3 you skipped and front post triple in those 3. One double crochet into the next 2, and we're just going to keep repeating what we're doing, what we did on row 2, and the same thing we did on row 4 until we get over here, and then we're going to make a new cable over here. Okay, I'm down here near the other point, so we're going to make another cable on the same side here that we've been working on. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, because there's always 2 double crochets in between every cable. And now over the next 6 stitches we're going to make a cable. So we're going to skip the first 3 and front post triple around the next 3. And back up and go around the 3 we skipped. Like that, and then 1 double crochet into the next 2 double crochets, and then we're at our point, and that's where we'll put 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Now instead of having 5 cables on this side, we're going to have 7. So we got 5 that are getting longer, and then we got 2 that we just started. So it's 7 total now on this side. Now we're going to flip it over here, and we're going to start working on this side. And we're going to do the same thing we just did over here. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the first 2 stitches. And then we're going to work a cable over the next 6. So we're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3. And in the next 3, front post triple. And then back into the 3 that we skipped, front post triple. And then 1 double crochet into these next 2 double crochets. And then we're at our next cable. Skip first 3, front post triple into the next 3. Back it up, front post triple into the 3 we skipped. Now I'm just going to repeat this just like we did on the other side, and just like we did on round 2, until I get over to the near the other point. 1 double crochet in these next 2 stitches, and then I'll start my next cable. Okay, I'm over here on this side, and we're going to add 1 last cable down here on this end. So we're going to put 1 double crochet into the first 2 stitches, because remember there's always 2 double crochets between the cables. And then over the next 6 we'll work a cable, so we'll skip 3, front post triple around the next 3. Go back to the 3 you skipped. And then 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. And then we're going to end with a slip stitch into your beginning chain 3. Now, that's going to be the repeat now from now on. Now, instead of having 10 stitches total, you're going to have 4 more. You're going to have 14. So it's a repeat of rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. You just keep repeating those rows. And every time you finish a repeat of rows 2, 3, 4, and 5, you'll add another 4 cables. So every time you finish that 4-row repeat, you'll add 4 more cables, 2 on each side. And it'll just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you want to do this until you get your poncho the length that you want it to be. Okay, I went ahead and did a total of 31 rows of altogether of the cables. Now you can do more if you want. Just remember that though, if you do more, if you make it longer, you'll need more yarn than what I said in the beginning. Now I'm going to go around the collar area. I was going to make a hood, but I ran out of yarn. And I live too far away from any place that carries this yarn, so I'm just going to go around the edge here. Now you see these spots, I have the back side of my work facing me. That way the seam's in the back. But this is the back side. And we have 5 double crochets here that are not front post triple crochets. Like here's a front post triple and here's a front post triple. I'm going to start in this very first one, and then I'm going to single crochet these 3 together and then single crochet in this one. So I'm just going to start in this very first one, and I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to go back into that same stitch and do a single crochet. Now I'm going to single crochet the next 3 double crochets together. So what I'm going to do is go into the next double crochet and draw up a loop, go into the next one, draw up a loop, and then go into the next one, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 4 loops. So that took 3 double crochets and made it into 1 single crochet. Now I'm going to put 1 single crochet into this next double crochet over here, like that. And now I'm just going to work my way around, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch until I get to the front of my poncho where this point is, and I'm going to do the same thing there. So I'm just going to continue working around, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, just working in the tops of these stitches here. Like that until I get back around to the front point, and I'll meet you over there. Okay, I've made it to the front of my poncho, and here are the 5 double crochets in front right here, and we're just going to do the same thing. So we're going to single crochet into the first one, and then we're going to single crochet the next 3 together. So we go into the next one and draw up a loop, and then the next one and draw up a loop, and then the next one and draw up a loop, and yarn over and go through all 4 loops. So that turned those 3 double crochets into 1 single crochet. Put 1 single crochet into the next double crochet, and now I'm just going to work around putting 1 single crochet again in every stitch until I get back to my starting point. And this is just cleaning up the collar a little bit. So I'm going to work this until I get back around to the beginning. Okay, once you make it all the way around and you're back to your starting point, just go ahead and slip stitch into that first single crochet you made. Not that chain one, but the first single crochet, and then tie that off and clip that. So that just cleaned up that edge. Kind of disappointed I didn't get to put the hood on it. I had some nice pom-poms made and everything, but I'm going to do my next poncho. I'll make sure and get enough yarn. Now we're going to add fringe. If you want to add fringe, you can. And I have already started. And I made my fringe about 5 or 6 inches long. Of course, you can make yours as long or as short as you want. But putting fringe on is easy. If you know how to do it a different way than me, that's fine. You can do it either way that you learned how. So what I did is I take about my fringe that I made. Now you can make it as thick or as thin as you want to. I got about 6 pieces of yarn and they're about 1 foot long. Now I'm putting my fringe in between like this cable right here and then in between the 2 double crochets that's in between the cables. So I'm going to go in between this cable right here like that. Now I take my yarn from the top and I pull it through wherever I want to put my fringe. Now you can space it out however you want to, like that, and then I make sure these 2 ends are even, and then I just pull it through like that and pull it tight, and then I will cut it off to match the other ones. So I'll go ahead and do that again. I'll get 6 pieces of yarn about 1 foot long. Now remember, you can make yours as long and short as you want. And you can use less pieces of yarn too. You don't have to use 6. You can just use a couple pieces in each spot, and you can space them out however you want. But I put, that was in between that cable, so I'm going to go to the in between the next 2 double crochets. The 2 double crochets that are in between the cables. I'm going to go in between them, and I'm going to pull my yarn through from, this is the top of my work, like this, and then I make sure these are even down here, and then I grab it all and pull it through like that. Like that. And I'll do that for a while, and then I'll cut them all off even. So again, I'm going to do it. Show you one more time because it's 6 pieces, about 1 foot long. And a lot of people might think that's too long, so you can make it shorter. I don't know, I particularly don't really like to put fringe. It's really time consuming, but I thought I would on this one. Now here's my next cable. I'm going to go right in between those 3 front post triples and those 3 front post triples. And I'm going to grab my yarn and pull it through. And make sure these are even down here. And pull them through like that. And just like that. And I'm going to do this all the way around my whole poncho. And then when I get to the point where there's nothing right here, I already did it, but when I get to the point here where there's no cables, there's just double crochets, I just kind of evenly, I put 1 at the point, and then I kind of just evenly space them out, so there's not really any, they're probably not exactly equal, but I'm going to keep working on my fringe until I get it all the way done. And then once you get that, you just kind of cut it off even all the way around.